Welcome. Today, we're diving into a really fascinating experiment that puts two popular fried snacks head to head in a kind of blood sugar showdown. And trust me, the results are genuinely surprising, so let's just get right into it.
So this sounds like a trick question, right? I mean, we're always told that deep-fried, starchy foods are just a one-way ticket to a big blood sugar spike. But what if a simple ingredient swap could totally change the game? Well, that's the exact question we're going to explore today.
So, to put this whole idea to the test, the source material sets up a direct head-to-head competition. Let's meet the two contenders in this ultimate fried food face-off. Okay, so in one corner, we have the Paneer Tikki. That's a savory fried patty made with paneer, which is a type of Indian cheese, and potato. And in the other corner, we've got the Sabudana Tikki, made with sabudana or tapioca pearls and potato. Now, they look almost identical, but as you're about to see, their impact on your body is, well, it's worlds apart.
Of course, for any good experiment, you've got to have strict rules. To get a clean, reliable result, the conditions have to be perfectly controlled. You have to isolate just that one key difference. So here's how they kept everything on a level playing field. The portion size for both snacks was exactly the same, 200 grams. Both of them were made with 50% potato, aloo in Hindi. Both were deep fried, and they even had roughly the same calorie count, somewhere between 600 and 650. This setup ensures a totally fair fight.
So with all of those other variables locked in, the entire experiment boils down to this one single change: swapping the tapioca pearls, or sabudana, for the Indian cheese, paneer. Just one ingredient. I mean, how much of a difference could that really make?
And this brings us to the moment of truth. After controlling all the variables and, eating the snacks, it was finally time to see what the data had to say. To track the impact, a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, was used. This little device tracks your blood sugar levels in real time, so we get the hard numbers without any guesswork at all. So, what did it find? All right, here we go, the results. As you can see from that first bar, the Sabudana Tikki, the one with the tapioca, caused a blood sugar spike of 48 milligrams per deciliter. That is a pretty significant jump. But now, look at the Paneer Tikki. The increase was only 15. Let's just look at that number for a second. 15. For a 200-gram deep-fried snack that's half potato, a 15 milligram per deciliter increase is an absolutely incredible result. It's so low, it completely defies what you'd expect. To put that into perspective, the impact from the paneer version was less than 1/3 of the sabudana one. Same calories, same amount of potato, same cooking method. The difference is just staggering. So the big question is, why? Okay, so this is where we move from the what to the why. How in the world can one little ingredient swap cause such a dramatic change? Well, the answer is in some pretty basic food science. We have to talk about something called the glycemic index. It's really just a scale that tells us how fast a food is going to raise our blood sugar. High GI foods, they cause a really rapid spike. Low GI foods, on the other hand, cause a much slower, smaller rise. And this table just breaks it down perfectly. Sabudana, or tapioca, is almost pure carbohydrate. It's super high carb with a high glycemic index, which means it just floods your bloodstream with sugar really fast. But paneer, it's primarily protein and fat, with very few carbs and a very low glycemic index. And here is the key takeaway. The protein and fat from the paneer act like a brake pedal for your digestion. They literally slow down how quickly the carbs from the potato get absorbed, and that prevents that big sudden spike in blood sugar. It's this incredibly powerful buffering effect. And the source gives us even more evidence to back this up. A snack of pure paneer tikka caused almost no blood sugar increase at all. Meanwhile, another popular dish made with those tapioca pearls, Sabudana Tikki, caused a massive 61 milligrams per deciliter spike. The pattern is crystal clear. So what does this all mean for you? Look, this is more than just some cool experiment. It's a powerful lesson with a really practical takeaway. This is about managing your energy, avoiding that afternoon crash, and just making choices that support your health long term, even when you're enjoying a treat. I love this quote from the source, because it just boils everything down so perfectly. The only thing that changed was that core ingredient, swapping a high glycemic carb for a low glycemic protein and fat source. And that, right there, made all the difference.
And that is the ultimate lesson here. This isn't just about paneer or sabudana. It's about a principle. By making smart, strategic substitutions, you can radically transform how a meal affects your body without necessarily giving up calories or flavor.
So, that leaves us with a final, and I think pretty empowering question. Now that you know that one simple swap can have such a profound effect, what favorite food in your life will you try to reinvent? Thanks so much for joining this explainer.